So today we're building this Shimano Altus LT derailleur. Some tools you're going to need are a 9mm ratchet or wrench, a pick, some pliers, some Allen keys, and a screwdriver. Alright, so now for the binnacle, first thing you want to do is unscrew this little stopper area. So grab your screwdriver, unscrew it. So sadly this part doesn't really come off, it just kind of riveted in there. So just pull back the cage a little bit and then unscrew this bolt, and it's going to spring out on you, so just be careful. So unscrew it first, and then as it's unscrewing you want to just pull back the cage a tiny bit, just so it doesn't, there you go. Right now for the pinnacle, you can either use some pliers or a pick. Just grab it by this little end and pop it off. Never finding that. And now pull off this tab, just pull towards you and it should come off. If it doesn't want to do that, just wedge a pick in between and kind of pull it up. There you go. Alright, now everything's all nice and taken apart. Now it's time to clean. For this you can use cleaner or degreaser. I like to use acetone, brake cleaner, alcohol, anything works really. And if you have any rusty parts, you can use some aluminum foil and water. You can also soak them in vinegar. And if you have any big chunky dirt, you can use a steel or a brass brush. In my case, I'm using this ultrasonic cleaner. All I'm using is water and dish soap. Alright, so now we got everything all nice and cleaned down, ready to go. For some of the chrome parts, I used this Quick Glow wax. And for some of the aluminum, I used the Mothers. And another thing you're going to need for the assembly is grease. Alright, so starting off with the pinnacle, you want to grease up that area in the middle. Nice and good. Then grab your spring. Pretty simple how it goes on. Make sure that it goes all the way down like that. Then grab your other plastic seal. Make sure the notch is facing this way. Pop it in, and then you want to put a little bit of grease on top of that as well in the middle. Alright, now you just want to grease up this part, then grab your bolt, put some grease on that as well. Pop that on. Alright, now you want to grab your little spring retaining thing. You want to locate the little pinhole where you're going to put the spring in. Grease it up, make sure you get the plastic part greased up, and put it on. So now you want to make sure this thing goes all the way down. Then you want to grab your pliers, and you want to get this tab all the way around behind here. You grab your pliers, twist it. Mine's just super stuck up, and then you want to push it down. Now once it's like this, see, look, even the bolt moves around. Then you want to grab your clip and slide it on. Alright, now for the binnacle, you want to grease up this area nice and good, the inside outside of that shaft. You want to grab your plastic thing. You want to have a little hole in the bottom left corner, grease that up as well. Make sure it goes all the way down. And then grab your spring. You want the long end sticking in. Make sure it engages. Then grab your bolt, grease it up as well. Then you want to grab your seal, put a little bit of grease on there. Grab your bolt, put some grease on there as well, and slide it on. Then you want to make sure you don't forget the little washer that goes on right here. And now you kind of want to hold this in place. Now it's time to screw on the cage. And there's two holes. Left one is the tighter one, right one is the looser one. I'm going to go with the tighter one. So just kind of line it up and screw it on. And don't screw it on all the way, just a few turns. Alright, so screw it in a few turns, like 2 or 3. Then you want to grab your cage, you want to twist it counterclockwise, and you want to make sure the little pin clears the stopper on the cage on the parallelogram here. So then once it's passed, hold it in and screw your bolt in all the way. So then, alright, so now once you got your bolt screwed in, make sure you like pop it into place when you're screwing it in, because it's going to put more tension on the threads. Make sure you don't want to strip those. And now for the little stopper here, make sure you got the washer under there and screw it in. All right, now for the pulleys, you want to put some grease on the inside of the plastic part. Then grab your metal bushing, slide it on. And you want to put some grease on the inside of the metal bushing, then put on your metal seals. And now for the guide pulley, you want to put it right here. And you want to make sure you use your little screw bolt thing. All right, now for the second pulley, you want to slide in your bolt. It only slides in one way. Make sure it's all the way down like this. And grab your pulley, slide it on. I like to put some grease on the bolt as well. And then once you slid it on, clean off some of the extra grease and then slide it through here. Make sure it lines up. Like this. Make sure it lines up like that. And now you want to screw in the thinner nut. This is the one for the clamp bolt. You want to make sure you got the thinner one. So yeah. All right, now you want to tighten down your pulleys and make sure they spin nice and smooth. Put it on your bail adjuster, your clamp bolt. Now you have yourself a fully rebuilt derailleur. There you go.
This is a pretty goofy derailleur. It's pretty hard to service. It's got the cable saver thing at least. The pulleys go on weird. But other than that, it's pretty similar to the Latour 420 and the 500. So yeah, thanks to everyone who subbed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.